Hey guys, what's up? I'm just chilling here in stupid Oregon with the weather. Trying to get my hair right. It just never seems to happen. The weather yesterday and the day before were borderline orgasmic. Should have known better. It's only March here in Oregon. We can get ice storms, fireballs from volcanoes, or whatever the fuck is going on. Today it's like rainy and windy and, it's muggy and just trying to work itself out for spring. So, like, originally I was, like, posting up out at a dope spot here in Staten Park. Got chased out by the weather. Yep. Gotta love Tenchu. I'm kind of like painting myself into a corner about like my favorite games of all time, and I'm running out of room with like the top spots. I should probably check myself on that. So I've stated before, I love stealth-based games. And what does it for you more than something like Tenchu? You got Splinter Cell, the Metal Gear, some of the Metal Gear games, like, like Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I played that on PS2, one of my all-time favorite games. Snake Eater that came after that on PS2. You got Manhunt, Thief on PC. There's more, over the years, there's more stealth games that came out after this one. But, why does Wrath of Heaven ring so true to me? And once again, I'm not talking about the Xbox port, Return from Darkness. Haven't played that one yet. I'm sure it's better here and there, because of the power of the system. Although, like, all of the screenshots and screenplays I've seen of that one, like, it just doesn't look as good. But, I haven't played it either, like, on any of my stuff, so probably off on that. But Tenchu Wrath of Heaven, that's what we're talking about. What a complete package. So, what is the complete package, and what does that entail? See, you turn your cans in as a hobo, you never know what you can get your hands on, like cheap beer. So, feudal Japan stuff, gotta love that. That's my favorite aspect of, real history, like Japan's history. Oh man, ninjas and samurai. Fucking with that shit, man. Take your Spartan. Take your Viking, even though I love Valhalla, and the door's awaiting for me there. Or they might shut them on me. So Tenchu series, the series, PS1, Tenchu Stealth Assassins. Once again, I'm not starting with the first one or two. I'm jumping right into the go to the series, kind of like Chaos Theory and Splinter Cell. Which gets me in trouble, like, video-wise, because then, like, you didn't cover the other two, and inevitably you're going to jump in there and, like, take up a lot of time when you should be talking about this one. But whatever. So what does this game do? man, everything. Graphics are awesome. The gameplay is improved from 1 and 2. It did take a slight downward turn when it came to Dragon Bodies Away. Oops. So that's going back into the trial and error, which is fine. You play video games kind of because of that, right? They test you. But I just wonder why, like, why would you go away from that where you could drag bodies away, you know? And Birth of the Stealth Assassins, not only did you drag the bodies away, but you could, like, pick up items off of them. I'm not sure if you can pick that up off of slain NPCs in Wrath of Heaven. I just don't recall that. But you can't get rid of the bodies. But, you know, that's pretty much the only critique negatively. Such an awesome game. The level designs are, like, sick as fuck, on point from the jump. Levels, the Xbox version had a couple levels that the PS2 didn't have. I think there were like beta levels, but if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Return from Darkness had the prequel level, the future level, where you're fighting, you know, the corrupt evil CEO in like modern times, where you have to sneak past the cops. Such an awesome level. So I'm like, you know, comparing stuff. Let's just get to the PS2 one that I know the most. So this one picks up from the ending of the first one. You know, Birth of the Stealth Assassins came after the first one, and that became a prequel. Introduced new characters, which is this one does too. You meet a doctor that sticks needles in you, and you kill people that way. So, you know, you have like, what is it, 10 levels? Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is for the PS2. And they're all dope, start to finish. And the replay value is just off the charts in this game. That's kind of why I'm bringing it up. Because whether or not it's stealth or not, like, take a look at this example, devs. You packed it full of like everything you pretty much could have. So 10 levels, and then you have different layouts. So A, B, C. So you go back and like the guard patrols are all different. I'm not sure about like item placement stuff, but just the guards being elsewhere, that alone is like worth the game. It ensures that you go back through these levels and see the levels from different angles, like the devs kind of designed, and you can easily just like skip all that and beat the game, beat the levels, get to the end or whatever. But like, how are you going to blame the devs for them wanting you to see more parts of their levels? I guess I'm like over here like defending devs who can be evil, but not here, because you got the base game. Okay, now the prequel level through the portal picks up where the first one leaves off, where you think Rikamaru, who's tied for me as the greatest fictional ninja ever, with Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. We'll get into that shit later, man. Oh god, Ninja Gaiden Black. vanilla 2004 and even the original ones on NES. Fuck. But this is stealth and those other ones aren't. Even though I do believe Razor's Edge tried to like feebly introduce like a chunk of like one level where you can do some stealth stuff. It's like, you coded that? It's not what your game is. Get the fuck out of here. That's stupid. But at any rate, through the portal, God, what a fucking outstanding level where you're a feudal Japan ninja thrust into like modern day, like the city isn't clear, but let's just roll with like New York. And the hostile NPCs or cops, which you do your stealth kills on. And when they die, they're like, finally, donuts from heaven, and then they pass on to the afterlife. Coppers, what do you think about that, man? And you make your way through this awesome short level, which is difficult. It's short, but you wouldn't know that through trial and error. Good trial and error. And you get to like this criminal CEO, which is one of the hardest boss fights you could ever fight, because the controls are for sneaking up and killing cats, not like fighting bosses like in Borderlands. And I had the same gripe with like the Splinter Cell series overall, but the last game, which doesn't feature Michael Ironside, kind of covered that. It fixed it to the point where like, what are you bitching about? Because now you can take him out like combat-wise, contra-wise. Trying to sneak my unparalleled hair back in here a little bit. That didn't work too much. It looks like a spider crawling out. I guess my dimples are going to make up for that though, right? So, level designs, off the chart. Like, seriously, devs, come on, go back there and look at shit like that. Fuck! The stealth stuff is all dope, even though, like, I can't give the controls the same, like, 10 out of 10 like I can do with, like, Splinter Cell. Especially, like, Chaos Theory or Double Agent. It's still, like, Japanese control. Like, you can't call it, like, tank controls, because it's not quite that, but it's as baffling as that. They're still alright, though. You get used to them. I don't know if you can ever get used to the controls of the original Tenchu or Birth of the Stealth Assassins. Like, it's so clunky. This is not that, but it's still, like, not that fluid. Left stick versus right stick or anything. And sometimes you can't even use, like, the right stick. But it's going to make up for a lot of that with like for instance, like the stealth kills, like the cinematics, like the animation it goes into, so enthralling, awesome, and addicting. When Rikimaru like senses, you know, an NPC that's below them, and you're higher, and you jump on them, you jump on their shoulders, and you shove your ninja toe straight katana through the top of their dome, through the bottom of their chin, and then you backflip off of them. You're making me wet. Before I forget, like level design, we were talking about, not too much to talk about that, but there is a zombie level, and it's my favorite at any zombie level ever, because it's actually frightening, scary, creepy, eerie, and it gets to you. Because the zombies are like fucking zombies, and they're bridging the gap between like ghosts. It's all supernatural. It's all sick and deranged. Floating heads that'll fuck you up. I don't care how much Call of Duty you play, the zombies in that, they're not scary or intimidating. They're just cannon fodder. And when they overwhelm you, that's when you get pissed off. Any emotion comes from you. It's not because they're scary. You have like the motion capture, the animation, like they're zombies or like trying to like struggle with like their broken anatomy and shit, kind of like the actors from the original Dawn of the Dead that they clearly hired for the zombie roles versus their acting, which came before them turning into zombies. George Romero guys, you know what I'm talking about. Those zombies suck overall, but the special ones that we love, their acting sucked as actors. He didn't hire them for that. It's like, make do with that. The payoff is what Flyboy can do with, like, you know, the gun hanging off of his fucking thing and like his goddamn ankle contortionist shit. That's why you got him in there, all right? Well, these zombies are like that. They're disturbing. They're, you know, they're decaying, and they're trying to figure things out as they want to kill everything that isn't them. Stuff that's alive. That level's creepy. Horror fans, play this game just for that level. You don't have to play anything else. Get to that level, play that, and tell me what the fuck you think. If you love horror books, Stephen King fan, H.P. Lovecraft, Dean R. Koontz, you're gonna love stuff like this. Movies, board games, whatever. It's dope. So you got boss fights. It's like you can win those, but once again, it's just clearly not set up for that to be too satisfying. You get on, and the bulk of it is the stealth. And is it like the best like program stealth? The AI isn't that dope in this either. Like the NPCs like are fixed and they turn around and you can time it, versus patrols, which might stop and annihilate what they were just doing and spin around and look. It's timing. It's not that great. But once again, when you kill them and the blood's there and the stealth kills are there, it's satisfying. Then you have the other modes, which make this a package, right?